Boom. Okay, hello. Everyone say a nice big hello.
Hello.
Hello, greetings, welcome to the Geek Battle Show here on the Extreme Improv Xstreamed channel, the fast-paced show where we're going to work out who is this week's Geek of the Week. We're going to have some fun, we're going to have some games, and we are going to discuss Coca-Cola, because Jimmy Mack has been in the comments. I'm sure he knows that this show is on, and so before it's even begun, he's given us a Coca-Cola fact. Coca-Cola used to contain cocainum, but today it is the only company with permission from the Drug Enforcement Agency to import cocoa leaves, process the drug out, and use the leaves for flavouring. What? Well, Jimmy Mack, I'm going to put you on the scoreboard. You get a bonus point for that. Right, Jimmy Mack. There you go. See, here's the thing, audience. You'll get points if you come on the show. Right. So, on the actual show though, we have Andrew. Say hello to the people and give us a geeky fact.
Hello, people. I'm here, and another bomb trivia fact. I'm committed. Commit to that shit.
You need committing, but go ahead.
This week's trivia fact is the first three Bond movies, Dr. No, From Russia with Love, and Goldfinger, were the now iconic gun barrel sequence, where the actor walks along and then fires the gun. First three Bond movies, that's not Sean Connery, that's his stunt double, Bob Simmons.
Why is it his stunt double?
I don't know.
Well,
I think at first they didn't really consider the gun barrel bit. Obviously, it then became kind of iconic, but to begin with, they didn't really think.
Yeah, but so if they were putting it on the second film, they must have done it for a reason. It can't have just been a placeholder. And then they was oh, shouldn't we refilm this with Connery?
I think it was just a cool opening thing, and then
yeah.
That's all I know.
Well, I would have given you 2 points, but I'll only give you 1. Right, Capelthave, say hello to the people and give us a random geek trivia fact.
Hail everyone from the land of leopards and crocodiles and elephants. I actually do want to give a James Bond geek fact just to keep the tradition, but I also have a long geek fact that I also said before, but I'm just going to try it out if you guys remember. So, the movie Treasure Planet, which is an underrated gem of Disney, so they actually wanted to make that movie long ago, like in the Disney Renaissance era. But when the two directors approached the company and they wanted to make the Treasure Planet, they were like, no, go and make Aladdin. And they were like, okay, fine, we'll make Aladdin, then we'll make Treasure Planet. And they made Aladdin, and it was a hit. It was a huge hit. And they went back and said, okay, we're going to make Treasure Planet. And they were like, no, go and make Hercules. So they were like, okay, fine, we'll go and make Hercules. That was also a hit. Then they came back, okay, we produced 2 hits. And if you let us make this Treasure Planet, it's going to be a hit as well. And they were like, no, go and make The Little Mermaid. And they did. And it was also a hit. And then finally, when Disney was getting its butt kicked by DreamWorks and Pixar, they were greenlighting all projects. And they were like, yes, go and make Treasure Planet. And these guys are so stoked. They invented a new CG and 2D combined technology that already established in Tarzan. And they implemented that with stunning visuals and great script. It was a good movie that everyone would have watched. But then the Disney decided, nah, we're not going to put any marketing on it because we already purchased Pixar and we don't really care anymore. And they released the film on the day that Harry Potter was also released. And it got completely forgotten.
Wow, okay. Well,
Oh,
you're right, Andrew?
yeah, no, that was my bad impression of Homer Simpson's dog.
Oh, okay, I just thought it was like a little random outburst there. So,
Do you guys remember me saying this?
that same fact?
I
Yeah.
have no idea what
Yes,
you said.
and yeah, for anyone in the audience that has seen this before, you may remember that same fact as well. Now, to come on to the present, though, I'm going to share something with you guys. Now, look, normally I like to keep these things under wrap, but we might use it later in the show. So, a lot of you guys will already know that if you go to xstreamed.tv/suggestions, there's the suggestion app. And I finally figured out the technology. It is now a native Android app. So soon enough, you'll be able to get it on Android phones. But the reason why I mention it here today, because it's basically the same. There's going to be some new bells and whistles on it. But I've got a lot of new categories that are going to be on there, including TV shows, video games, songs, and stuff like this. So we can use them later for when you guys need to name things that I'm going to get random suggestions that are already here, and I don't need to use my brain anymore. So that's my trivia. Not that it's trivia, it's promotion. Now then, we are going to get on with our opening round. We're going to do a 3-way fight, and then we're going to have to decide amongst ourselves, or the audience can decide. We're going to each be assigned. Well, in fact, we're going to do a few rounds of this. We're going to get not just a movie each, but we're going to get a video game each. We're going to get a TV show each. See, we're going to start using this app, putting it into action already. So let's have a look. I'm going to use the app. So, because there's more movies on this than I've got on the one that's on the screen at the moment. So, Andrew,
Yes.
you get Mad Max Fury Road. You'll be defending that. Capelthave, you get Star Trek First Contact. And I will be defending...
I win.
And I will be defending Transformers The Last Night. So, Andrew, you get to say...
Because Jimmy Mack is on the scoreboard, can he defend Star Trek?
No. Right, okay, so, Andrew, what film are you defending?
Mad Max Fury Road.
Cap, what are you defending?
Star Trek.
Which one?
That's all I can
Oh,
remember.
great. No, me too. Right, and I'll be defending Transformers The Last Night. So, Andrew, you're going to have 30 seconds to say why that is the best of the 3 films. Here you go.
Mad Max Fury Road is the best of those 3 films because it is literally the best of those 3 films. It's a film that, despite everything going against it, despite the studio's best efforts to rape and pillage it, the film ended up being the film that George Miller envisioned. Get my words out. And I mean, this book can do a better job of chronicling the making of Mad Max Fury Road.
What? This is rigged. How have you got a book about this exact movie? I know I'm interrupting, and that is time anyway, but how the hell did that happen? I'm the one that had the suggestion app, and you've got a book about the movie you got. That's bullshit. I don't know how this has been rigged, but it's been rigged. Okay, Capelthave, you're going to have 30 seconds to say why Star Trek is better than Mad Max and Transformers The Last Night. Take it away.
It's also rigged. I'm going to bring in Jimmy Mack again, but it'll be cool though if I did. In any case, Star Trek. You know why it's great? Because it's Star Trek. It's the thing that started it all. All the sci-fi geek stuff. Okay, Doctor Who did it first, I think. But again, on the TV realm, who cares about the British people? We go with the Americans who made sci-fi an international thing with Star Trek. and you had like Oscar-worthy actors. Like
Okay, and that is
Shannon.
time cap. That is time cap. So now I'm going to tell you why Transformers: The Last Night is better than Mad Max: Fury Road and Star Trek, and I'm going to use props as well. So here I go. So Transformers, as you can see here, it's like a robot thing. This isn't a Transformers, but it definitely has parts that move. There you go. Look, that moves. Now, definitely The Last Night is better than The First Night. Like Fury Road, it's like Tom Hardy, and he did so bad that they only made one of those films, and then they were going to give it to Furiosa. Cap's Star Trek film is so bad he couldn't even remember which one it was. So Transformers, robots in disguise. What can I say? 30 seconds. So, okay, now we've got to be honest. Between the three of us, which one do we agree made the best argument? Now I'm gonna. Okay, guys, I'll start then. If we're gonna be immature here, I think it was me. What do you guys think?
Well, I would agree with you, David, but when you said The Last Night is better than The First Night, if you're aware of Hindu cultures, First Night is where a couple actually unify themselves physically.
What's The Last Night in that culture then?
There is no Last Night, it's just about First Night when the couple get married.
But lots of things can be the first night, like last night at the proms, like the first night in...
That's not a real tradition, but First Night is the real tradition here. So I can't agree with you there, so I can't go with that one. So the only I can do
Andrew,
justice...
who would you say?
Me?
Well, I can say that Capel favours one from the audience.
Really?
Yay, Cap wins and live long and prosper. Excellent. Rigged, but I vote for Andrew, says Jimmy Mack, actually. So, I don't know, it's all playful here.
Thank you. Somebody.
I didn't get a single vote, even though it's my show. So, what can I say? Now then, we're going to do this again, but this time we're going to get a TV show. So, Cap, you will get to go first this time. And the TV show for you... Oh, you're not going to know. Okay, what I'm going to do, because this has just got lots of things in it, isn't just for Geek Battle. I will make sure it's something geek related, because out of interest, the one that came up is the TV quiz show Pointless, which I don't think Cap will know. Okay, live and kicking, Darkwing Duck. Darkwing Duck. You're going to love that, Cap.
Oh.
Okay, so you get Darkwing Duck. I got Lucifer, and then let's see. Andrew, let's get one for you. You get WandaVision. Ah, shit, you're going to win. Right, so Darkwing Duck versus Lucifer versus WandaVision. Cap, you get to go first. Why is Darkwing Duck better than Lucifer or WandaVision? Take it away.
You know why it's better? Because who is the terror that lurks in the night? Actually quakes in the night. It is Darkwing Duck! You heard many Batman parodies, but have you heard a duck being the Batman parody? I mean, basically, we don't understand Christian Bale, and we don't understand Donald's speech pattern as well. So let's combine that. So it has Donald Duck's and with Batman's Rachel. Combined, it is the greatest show that ever existed.
And that is time. That is time. So now it'll be over to me to say why Lucifer. What can I say but the devil is in the details, guys? Now, when it comes to Lucifer, it's a show that's beloved all the way around the world, and not just in the world, but in the underworld, so underneath it as well. It's loved in hell or high water. Whereas Darkwing Duck, they might do a reference to it in Chippendale, but realistically they're not going to do a reboot. And WandaVision, they're not even going to do a second season. They even cut one of the episodes from the series that they did make. So what can I say? Right, so that is time. Andrew, you're going to have 30 seconds to say why WandaVision is the best of the three. Go.
WandaVision is the best of the three because the devil's been done to death. And I don't know what the hell Cap was talking about. Sounds awful. WandaVision was, it was literally, each episode was a different style of sitcom. It was, one episode was black and white, set in like the 60s or 50s. One was set in the 70s. They did a 90s one, a 90s style.
And that is time. That is time. Right, so audience, once again, you can decide for us here. Otherwise, okay, Cap and Fave, be honest. Who do you think made the best argument here?
Actually, I've seen this show, Lucifer and WandaVision, and also Darkwing Duck, the most I enjoyed out of all of them is, of course, Darkwing Duck.
Well, of course it is. Yeah, but that isn't the point. It's not about which show. It's about who made the best argument. But also, you're like the animation guy.
So, you came to the wrong guy to ask.
Right, okay. Andrew, who would you vote for?
I'm actually going to go with Cap because I've never seen Darkwing Duck. Was it Darkwing Duck?
Yeah.
Darkwing Duck.
But I'm intrigued.
Well,
Sounds.
Okay. Well, that's very honest of you, Andrew. I, on the other hand, I'm going to vote for Andrew as a protest vote that I don't want to vote for Capelthave on this one. Right. Okay, but let's have a look. Capelthave gets the vote again. Wow, on a roll. Right, so now we're going to go on to the next round. And this time, third round of this game, we're going to do a video game. So I will get the first one. And the video I get is Tekken 3. Andrew, the video game you will get... Oh my god. FIA European Truck Racing Championship. Okay, and Capelthave, you get Siphon Filter 2.
Okay.
We've not heard of any of these, have we?
No.
Well, we're still going to do it. Right, okay, I get to start.
I've heard Tekken.
Excellent. Well, then you're going to have to say, right, and here we go. I start this off. So, as everyone's already pointed out, they don't even know their own games, whereas everyone's heard of Tekken 3. Tekken 3 was like the pinnacle of the series, like PS1. Like, everyone loves Tekken 3. It got like the little dinosaur in it. I think his name was Gon. Whereas FIA, what is that even? It's like racing monster trucks, and Capelthave's Siphon Filter 2. Like, when is the sequel ever better than the original? Well, except for Tekken 3. Obviously. Right, okay, that is time. Right, Andrew, why is FIA Monster Truck Racing the best? Go.
Oh, Monster Truck Racing.
I don't know, whatever I said.
I thought it was just truck racing. Whatever truck racing is, I mean, who wants to see Formula 1 cars or play as Formula 1 cars going around a track? Imagine trucks going around a Formula 1 track. Imagine those big 18-wheelers, or without the truck bit. Or without the back bit, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying anymore. But trucks racing, how cool does that sound? Trying to overtake each other, collide, bash into each other. I mean, I'd watch that. I'd play that. Okay,
well done. Right, Capelthave. So why is Siphon Filter 2 the best? Go.
Siphon Filter 2. Let that register. Siphon Filter, the thing that we all use in this current age. That game predicted the future, if you think about it. And it predicted it so well, they did it again in the sequel, even with more details. I mean, look, everyone's using a filter. I'm going in and out of a filter. See? It's like the dangest thing. I think it's planned on the game.
And that is time. That is time. Once again, now we're all going to just vote for ourselves. Well, no, Andrew might vote for someone else. He's proved to do that. What did cross my mind, audience, if you want to give any thoughts on this, is I would love, after like 2 years, if it turned out that we have never seen Capelthave's real face and it has always been a filter.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to be honest there. I would give this one to Cap, because I thought it was an amusing argument to say that, about the filters. And that, and when he started, like, let that register for a moment, it was perfect, like, time wasting of the 30 seconds. Cap, who would you vote for?
I mean, you said it yourself, David. I mean, it is the greatest thing. No, I would say you guys did great. I actually played Tekken 2 a little bit, and it's a good fighting game. It's more like Mortal Kombat, but it's much more silly. But the weirdest thing when Andrew said, like, truck racing. So in GTA 4, I usually would stole a semi-truck, and I would try to overtake the fastest car that I could think of. I was never successful. But if it was the other trucks, that would be even more fun. So I'm saying, yeah, that's the thing I can play.
Okay. Tekken 3, vote goes to David this time from the audience. Right, okay, so with this, we're going to move on to our discussion round, if we have anything to discuss. So, Andrew, Cap, anything on your mind this week?
I have finally seen Squid Game.
You've finally seen Squid Game?
Yeah.
Welcome to 2021.
The only thing I can say is that forget K-pop. These Korean actors are the best. Why are we celebrating the singers who do Western knockoff of their own music? Yeah. I think best to just look at Korean actors. I actually first started watching it as a sub, and it was so good. I had no idea what they were saying, but still, the performance was so good that I actually couldn't keep my eyes away. And here's the other thing. In Korean language, you know the word they use to say father is appa, which is also the same word in our language. So there are a lot of similarities to their language.
Wait, so how do you say father in Tamil? Upper?
Yeah, that's how you say father.
I'm going to remember that. Okay, so hang on a second. First of all, Andrew, have you seen Squid Game?
I have not.
Wow. Okay, Jimmy Mac asked, did anyone see Edgar Wright's Last Night in Soho? We will come to that in a moment, because Andrew was raving about it, and I was not. But, Cap, so am I to understand that you watched Squid Game subbed rather than dubbed?
Okay, I watched the first episode, but then I found a link where I can actually look for dub, so I just...
Dubbed every time. Right, I tell you, look, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Anyone that says it's much better to hear it in the original language and then read on the screen is lying. Oh, it's much better in the original language. It's bullshit. Because, it's much better. You can appreciate the acting. No, you're reading the words. You can't see their faces.
Now, I would say this, though, David.
Depends on the dub.
I watched a lot of anime dub, but this is like the worst dub. It's like the old Asian movies. Bad dub. I mean, like, even when they say things, it doesn't match their mouth.
Yeah, but that's because you pirated it. It's probably less like out of sync.
even the creator who did Squid Game actually sent out a message. Please don't watch the dub. It's the most horrible thing that I've ever seen. Just go watch the sub. But here's the thing, though, David. So when I started watching the dub, there's the times that I got bored and I skipped over. But when I was watching the sub on Korean, it actually they do capture you, even though you can't understand what they're saying. But their expressions and the way they portray the message is so big, it's hard to ignore.
Well, yeah, absolutely. So, Andrew, you've not seen Squid Game?
I have not. It's Netflix, isn't it?
Yeah, do you not have Netflix?
No.
Oh, man. Right, well, I don't want to give spoilers.
I have. No, go on.
No, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say, I have seen one film this week I'd like to discuss.
Okay, we'll get to that momentarily. Now, so, subtitled is better. I'm unsubscribing, says Jimmy Mac. But, like, what is your justification? It is just a thing that people say, and then they're like, oh, yes, I need to seem cultured as well. If you're reading it, you're not seeing the acting. You're not seeing it.
You can do both at the same time.
And also, look, we know for the fact that silent movies don't exist anymore, but we still have radio. Silent movies generally don't exist anymore, but we still have radio, we still have podcasts, we have audio dramas. Audio is much more important. When the audio is in another language that you cannot understand, it is irrelevant. So when you hear the audio in the language that you can understand and then can watch the acting, that is the perfect combination.
But here's the chipper, David. So when I started watching English movies, I didn't actually understand what they were talking about. I was basically reading the subtitles. But then I was able to match the sounds with the words. Technically, I was also studying the language in school, but, I mean, who learns anything in school? I was basically learning everything by watching movies and stuff. So I would say, like, if it had the same effect on English, I think it would have, because, Korean is a much more different dialect than any similarities. I think you guys can understand a little bit French, right?
No, look, this was going to be my point anyway. Like, as someone that's English, and I speak for my brethren in the United States as well, maybe not in Canada, because they might understand French. But, like, if English is your first language, you can't speak another language because we don't need to. And it's a laziness thing. Everyone else, everywhere I have been in the world, speaks English. And I went to France, and in one pastry shop only, I was like, yeah, I forget even how I said it in French to say, "Oh, do you speak English?" And she was like, "No," like that, and that was the only person in the entire country of France that didn't speak English. Literally every other person did.
But she said no, Jake.
No, she said non. N-O-N. That's how they say no.
Well, are you sure?
Yeah, definitely. No, she said she was so proud of not wanting to speak to me.
But
Apparently,
the thing
dubs
is,
can wildly change the meaning of the script. And that's a good
Yes.
thing, because in Pokemon, they have been trying to make it so, like, Ash and, like, Myrtle are getting some booty action, which isn't in the original Japanese.
the reason why like the dubs gets a bad name, like in early years when anime was actually giving it to Western audience, the people who dubbed it were not actually studio people. It was basically people who just had DVDs and they recorded in their basement and they sent it out in retail. That's how dubs came to life. So that's why it got the bad name. It's like it doesn't make sense at all. But nowadays the studio is the one that does the dub, so it's pretty similar to what they're saying. But here's the problem. Squid Game is like horrible dub. That's the only reason. I've seen good animes where it's really good dub. Drifters is good, Helsing is good. I would say Drifters is even better than the original. So there are the things that are dubbed can be better. But Squid Game, no, the dub's bad.
Well, for me, the problem with dubbed films is, especially if, like, if I watch a Jackie Chan film and it's dubbed, I can't watch it because it's, you know what Jackie Chan sounds like. It's like the voice is like that. Or there's a film, a John Woo film, Hard Boiled. I had a dubbed version of it on DVD years ago. And
Yeah.
Chow Yun Fat, whoever did the voiceover, Chow Yun Fat, had a slight Australian.
That's amazing.
It wasn't strong, but it was like there was a slight Australian in there, and I was like, I can't watch this.
What was that really early Arnold Schwarzenegger film where he's dubbed?
There was that.
I'm going to find a clip.
Hercules.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Like
Hercules.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Right, okay. Not motivation. Dubbed. Okay, let's see if we can find a clip. Let's see. Dubbed versus original. Okay, so this is a clip someone's made.
Let me be the judge of that. I'm tired of the same old faces, the same old things.
Who like it down there? Let me be the judge of that. I am tired of the same old faces, the same old things.
But you know what? Because that was his first film, you can hear when it's actually him that he's really struggling. Let's just play that one more time. Hang on. So now we know what we're getting. Let's put it full screen. Right. So here we go. So this is it starts dubbed, and then we go to like vintage Arnie.
Who like it down there? Let me be the judge of that. I'm tired of the same old faces, the same old things.
Who like it down there? Let me be the judge of that. I am tired of the same old faces, the same old things.
Oh, that's brilliant.
You know the weird thing? After he did that movie, that he actually thought that every director is going to dub him and it's going to be horrible. When he went to Terminator, and he thought he was going to be dubbed. That's what he thought. But James Cameron heard his voice and went, "This is perfect.
Yeah.
This is exactly how a robot from the future would sound like if it's trying to act human."
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Oh wow. Okay, but so what would you give Squid Game out of 10? Did you see the whole thing?
Yeah, I've seen the whole thing. It's really good. I mean, I think this is a cast that I had no idea who they are, but I was so invested in these characters, even though it's hard. Like we usually, like in westerns, you already know the celebrities, and you kind of vote for your favorite celebrity, and you're only focused on them. But this is like I didn't even know who these people were, and I already know who would win. My friend already spoiled the show for me, but I wanted the girl to win. She had
Hang on, you're still giving spoilers away. Andrew hadn't seen it. Well, like, to be honest, Andrew, look.
No, I'm not bothered.
Yeah, just like sign up to Netflix with a new email address. Watch it in like 4 days. It'll be fine.
So 10 out of.
Okay, so hang on. Since Andrew isn't bothered, what the hell was with the red hair at the end? That was so bizarre.
Maybe he was making fun of K-pop.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, think about it, right? Everyone from K-pop is like either red hair, blonde hair, or blue hair. It's it's a thing. It's a multi-haired culture, David.
Do you know what? I probably noticed that now, but it's not something I was aware of.
It's that. So the weird thing is that like one of the facts that they said like the K-pop stars look like anime characters or Barbie characters.
Sure.
There are videos where they actually put cosmetics to look like that. They actually don't have that kind of face. So when they have round faces, they would stick their cheekbones up.
Wow.
And there's whole videos on that. And I'm like, oh my god, this is all fake.
And this coming from you, who has never shown his actual face in 2 years. Right, okay. Andrew, you said that you'd seen something this week.
Yeah, I was in London on Tuesday, and I went to the Prince Charles Cinema. I mean, the film's on Shudder, but you can see it on a cinema screen. I saw Mad God.
Mad God? What's that?
It's directed by.
Is that the animated thing?
Yeah, the stop motion.
Oh, I'm very interested to see that. Tell us all about it.
It's directed by Phil Tippett, who is a legendary stop motion animator, VFX. He's worked on Star Wars, Jurassic Park,
Yeah.
RoboCop, among others. And it's a film that I said spent 30 years on. Finally completed it in 2021. It came out recently. Like I said, it's on Shudder. I saw it at Prince Charles Cinema, so you can get to see it on a cinema screen. But like I said, it's on Shudder in the UK anyway. That's the one, yes.
Yeah, keep talking. I'll just put some visuals to go with it.
You want some? Oh, you mentioned silent movies earlier. It in a way, it's a silent movie because it's very much visual. There isn't really any dialogue. I mean, there's sounds and audio, sort of much just screams and baby sounds and all this other stuff. Because the lead character sort of descends into this kind of hellish nightmare. All these like creatures and cruelty and like I said, it's all stop motion animation. There's a couple of scenes where there's a live actor, but it's I said it took 30 years to make. It's
Wow.
really good.
I mean, no wonder, right? It's stop motion. No wonder 30 years.
That's absolutely
Probably.
right. But is it just him? Literally one person made this movie?
Yeah, he did all the. I haven't watched like a making of it, which I'd definitely love to. There's a book as well, I think. But
I'm gonna
yeah, I mean,
get like a free trial of Shudder and check it out.
But I thought Andrew was seeing The Northman. I saw his Facebook post. And I was like, yes, he's going to talk about Northman.
well, I've seen that too.
Okay,
What'd you
so
think?
no, go ahead, Cap.
No, what do you think, Andrew, of Northman?
I really liked it. I didn't think it was groundbreaking. It doesn't reinvent the wheel or anything like that. But yeah, no, I enjoyed it. It was really good.
Yeah.
It's
So,
groundbreaking for history nerds, I would think, because the mostly said like the armor, the weapons, and the designs and sets. I think everyone said like, yeah, there are fantasy elements to it, but the overall.
I will say this: the CG lava in the Northman is much better than the Vengeance Sith. Vast improvements. That final scene.
yeah. Now, something I've started watching this week is there's a Netflix. Sorry, Andrew, it's Netflix again. But it's the TV
I used to have
series.
Netflix. I remember watching House of Cards.
Yeah, I never watched. I watched one episode. It was like, I was like the first to be like that spacey dude. He's a bit sketchy, right? I can't believe when the whole Kevin Spacey thing came up, there was like no one making jokes about because they got rid of him from that All the Money in the World. No one was like, oh, it's Kevin Replacey, and no one made that joke. It really annoyed me. Right, but anyway, so I was going to say Resident Evil, the series on Netflix. I've watched like
The animated one?
No, not the animated one. Right, I honestly, like, as you reminded me, I probably fell asleep during that. I probably said that at the time, but I can't remember it. It was Leon and Claire, though, right?
It was Leon, Claire, and a bunch of new characters. The problem is it's pretty short, but even in that short episode, they only had like 3 or 4 action scenes.
Yeah,
That's the
exactly. So,
problem.
look, you're not selling it, right? No, it was bad.
No, I agree there are problems with it, but I think like the other stuff in it is pretty good. So if they can actually do a season 2, that would be pretty good.
Yeah, well, maybe, right. But anyway, so there is a new series, a live-action Resident Evil series on Netflix. And I've seen about the first 3 episodes, and I wasn't really paying too much attention. I was kind of drifting in and out of it. But it seemed okay. My concern with it is that it's the least faithful adaptation of Resident Evil yet. So like the Mila Jovovich films, like when the first one came out, it was like we're going to have entirely new characters, and there's going to be a mansion. There'll be a version of Jill, a version of Chris, and then in the next film there's like, oh, but here's actual Jill. But we're just going to keep Mila Jovovich here because the director is banging her, and we're going to give her superpowers, and she's going to be a magical elf. Now, in the actual games, you get a character like Wesker or Nemesis or someone, and they're enhanced, and you get like Alexia Ashford, and they look like a human, but they have superhuman powers, and they're always villains. In Resident Evil, the heroes are always just people. They never have superpowers. But then Mila Jovovich could just like make people's eyes bleed and heads explode and stuff like this. It was like scanners. And then
the next movie they thought, you know what, maybe it's too much. Let's take her powers away.
Well, yeah, exactly. But then they were like going back. Let's clone her a million times, and let's bring back whatever the girl was. She was in Fast and Furious.
They were the Fast and Furious of the 2000s, I would say.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
so anyway, then fast forward to like last November, they were like, "Oh, we're doing a reboot movie, but this time it's going to be not like we're going to catch up, and we're going to combine the stories of the first 3 games into one movie." And I watched it, and I quite enjoyed it. There were some stupid changes in it, like a guy. Sorry.
Where's Leon?
In Welcome to Raccoon City.
In the series that you're talking about.
Oh no, I haven't even got to that yet. My rant is multi-layered, Cap. Right. So, in Welcome to Raccoon City, there was Leon, and they made him a wimp, frankly, if you've not seen it. Have you not seen Welcome to Raccoon City?
No.
Oh, man, you should see it. It's not bad. I don't think you'll... I don't know what... I'd be interested.
Yes, I know of it, and that's why I stayed away from it.
Oh, okay. Now, the thing with it, I think if you know the games, you'll be like, oh yeah, I remember this from the games. But if you don't know the games, you'll be like, this film is very uneventful. Because what I realised is when I was watching this film, I was like, yes, I recognise all this. And then in my mind, I was just remembering the good parts from the games, which aren't in the film. So the actual film is actually quite uneventful. But it is like the games. But the one major concern, this is a little bit of a spoiler, but it's not the end of the world. They have the character William Birkin, who turns into like a big tyrant monster. And in that movie, he's like, Chris, I'm going to get you. When he's a tyrant, it's like, you shouldn't be able to talk still. But anyway, then we come up to then, like 6 months later on Netflix, they've introduced this new thing. And it's like The Last of Us. It starts post-apocalyptic. So once again, they're going like the Mila Jovovich films. It's post-apocalyptic, the whole world's dead. And then it flashes back in time, like Lost or whatever. It's got the character Albert Wesker. And I can't remember the name of the guy who plays him. He's a really good actor. Lance Reddick, really good actor. He plays him quite sinister. And that's good. But everything else has got nothing to do with Resident Evil. It is just like, it is just The Last of Us. And I was like, there is no Chris. There might be, actually. But like, okay,
if
so
you have seen Halo, then you would understand that currently they don't actually care. They don't even.
But okay, so Cap, you like Resident Evil 6, and so we get Jake Mueller, who is Wesker's son.
Yeah.
Instead, he has like twin daughters.
Oh.
So there is no Jake. Like they've instantly gone off canon.
Are they at least cool?
Well, yeah, no, they're fine. It's just like. It's just like, so when they made the Masters of the Universe movie,
oh yeah,
or the Super Mario Brothers movie, and it's just like nothing to do with the original. It's just this again.
I think it's the same thing with Halo. I think they don't actually research at all. And the weird thing is, because the Resident Evil films, the one with the 2000s, actually were successful. I think it kind of set the tone like, if you ignore the source material, it's not going to be a problem.
I think you're right, Cap. Like, my impression is the person who wrote this, I think, had played The Last of Us and maybe had watched a trailer for one of the Mila Jovovich films and was like, I've got this, don't worry. Give me an hour, I've got a napkin, let's write this. But anyway, right, so
But I would say like if you actually want to Resident Evil, the weird thing is like the games are pretty good. If you just play the games, that would be perfect. But if not, I would say go and watch the animated. There are 3 animated films of Resident Evil. It's even better than the animated series. The one with Claire and Leon in the airport. That's the first time I saw a Resident Evil thing. Before I played the games, I saw that movie, and then I played the games.
Did you play the game of that movie?
No. They didn't have a game for that.
Yeah,
that
they did.
Completely...
Resident
Really?
Evil Degeneration. You could only get it on like iPhone, and now it's been delisted.
I could probably find that.
If you do, let me know. Right.
And the second one was also pretty good. The third one, Vendetta, I would say it's not as good as the other ones because the horror element is tied down and it's more action.
Okay.
Like Resident Evil 6.
Is Vendetta, has it got the character Rebecca in it?
Yes.
I don't think I watched it, but that made me so angry. Because, right, so Rebecca is a character in the first Resident Evil game. And then in Resident Evil 2, you search Wesker's desk 50 times and you find that he's got a pervy photo of her in like a basketball outfit. And it's like, why did you search this 50 times to find this secret that Wesker's got a photo of her playing basketball? What's the significance between Wesker and Rebecca? Then, like, Resident Evil 2 happened, 3 happened, Code Veronica happened. Then they were like, okay, we're going to make Resident Evil 0 and Rebecca's the main character. But it's a prequel. And then Resident Evil 4, 5, 6 happened. No Rebecca. She has never come up in the story since Resident Evil 1. And then they were just like, oh yeah, we're making some random film and Rebecca's in it again. It's like, what's the mystery of her?
I would say it's not because there's no Wesker here. And basically the girl, so I think, again, I'm not sure about this character's name. She died and she looks like, she died. And there's another character who looks like her, and the bad guy wants to marry her.
I really need to see this film now. This has become
really
a matter of urgency.
This is the one with the least amount of good plot and characters, because they went this Resident Evil 6 direction, even though the game actually had a good plot. But this is more focused on action, and the plot they didn't really care. They just wanted fights. That's all they wanted. So I would recommend the first 2 films.
Okay, Andrew, you had your live long and prosper up a minute ago.
Well, I had one last quick thing because I've been watching The Terminal List on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt. And fair warning, David, your favourite actor, was it Jar Courtney?
Jai Courtney?
Right, yeah, he's in it.
Oh my god, I'm so watching this.
Fair warning. But no, it is a good show. Like 4 episodes in. Chris Pratt plays a Navy SEAL who's ambushed on operation, and it's conspiracies and all this other stuff, but it's really good.
Wow, no, I have seen that it's on Amazon Prime. I haven't seen it, but I'm done with The Boys now. I watched the finale of Ms. Marvel. Anyone watching Ms. Marvel?
Oh. No.
Do you care about spoilers?
I don't.
I'm going to be honest. There isn't much plot to the entirety of Ms. Marvel. It shows how she gets the powers. The bad guys, I can't honestly remember too much of who they are. The show does a lot to show about the back history of the character and to do with the culture and stuff, and that's fine. But it doesn't advance the overall MCU plot masses until right at the very end.
Is it better than the Captain Marvel film?
No, it's not.
But you have a high opinion of that film, so I'm a little bit wavering on your judgment there.
No, it's all right. Ms. Marvel was a slow build. I really didn't like the first 2 episodes. It was fine, but it was just very lacking action and stuff. But it got better. There wasn't a good villain, and all of the Disney Plus shows have been terrible for villains, because it's with WandaVision, it's we're going to say, oh, it was Agatha all along in the finale episode, so be it. Kingpin, we're just going to hire this guy for 1 episode only. And Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it's oh, who is the secret villain? Oh, it's the girl who used to be a good guy. We're only going to show you that in the last scene.
And she is a good guy. I mean, it's the film, the series really doesn't go in. There are moments where her actions are completely villainous, but the characters kind of talk about her as kind of a revolutionary, which I don't personally get.
Well, yeah, exactly. So anyway, I honestly, like, I watched this whole thing. I can't remember who the bad guys are in Miss Marvel, but right at the end, like a character says, it's like, "Hey, Miss Marvel." He doesn't say that. Her name's like Kamala something. But he's like, "Hey, Kamala."
Yeah.
It's like I've looked into some of these tests that we did on you because I'm a teenager and so I can do this. He's like, I did these tests and your genes, they've got a mutation in them, and like literally the whole world was like, there are mutants in the MCU now. And so that was probably the most significant thing to come from the series.
So here's the other thing, though. So I saw the Avengers animated series. So she's an Inhuman in that. So she's an Inhuman, and someone activates the Inhuman gene in normal people, and that's how she got her power. She has kind of like Elastic Man powers.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like her powers a bit like I was going to say Green Lantern, where she can just like conjure anything.
Yeah, the weird thing is that she wasn't supposed to do that. She was supposed to just, stretch her arms and, like, do that stuff, morph her body parts into Green Lantern stuff. But the thing is that, for some reason, it wasn't culturally inappropriate, so they just made it magic.
Wait, what? It was culturally inappropriate for her
was,
to stretch her arms?
Yeah, it's like morphing body parts, so that's the reason why they canceled that.
Interesting. Okay, so there was that. Right, anything else they want a hot take on, or shall we? Let's go on to it.
I've gone back and watched Ben 10 Omniverse.
Ben 10.
Ben 10. Yeah,
Omniverse.
Ben 10. Go watch. Dude, it's really like the I would say Ben 10 is like the peak of the 2000s where the animation's actually heading to a good direction, and they went down hell afterward. And Omniverse, the reason why I avoided the Omniverse is that it was the slight shift to the Teen Titans Go stuff. It was completely Teen Titans Go, but the quality of the animation. But isn't that a thing, guys, that I've actually watched? Like, when there's a show, when they first do a show and the animation quality is good, and the second one, for some reason, the animation quality drops.
Yeah.
Even though the first show was successful. It usually happened, right?
It does,
like in the 90s and the 2000s. Which I don't really get. Why is that? The show was successful. Give us the same animation or improve it. Why make it worse?
They're like, oh, people like it now. We can relax. I think. I weirdly watched a documentary on YouTube, and when I say a documentary, it was just like a YouTuber's documentary, but it was a documentary about the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series, and how it was like they were like, when did it lose its quality? And there was stuff. I watched it obviously when I was a child. They showed all this like analysis of like, look at the animation here, and look how they don't have shadows anymore, and look at this. And I was like, I didn't see any of this when I was young.
I think they widely say that the 80s one's first season was the only good season.
Wow.
And afterwards it's
No, Bebop and Rocksteady, what can I say? Right, anyway, so let's do something here. I'm going to give you 60 seconds each to try to guess something. You can choose what you'd like to guess, because I do have a lot more options on the suggestion apps these days. So, Andrew, what would you like to try to guess?
A movie.
Excellent. Okay, you have 60 seconds. Do you know what, audience, you don't need to see the timer. I've got a timer on my phone. And here you go.
Is it a superhero movie?
No.
Action movie?
No.
Sci-fi?
Well, yes, and a little bit of both to those.
Sci-fi action?
Yeah, but it's more to it than both.
More to it than both. Fantasy?
No.
Right. Is Tom Cruise in it?
No.
Is it directed by Christopher Nolan?
No.
Did it come out in the 90s?
No.
The 80s?
Yes.
It's directed by Steven Spielberg?
No.
James Cameron?
No.
Is it Disney?
No.
Is it live action?
Yes.
Is it part of a franchise?
Yes.
Is it RoboCop?
No. 10 seconds.
Short Circuit?
No.
Fighter than Navigator, isn't it? No.
Oh, that is time. That is time. Cap, handing it over. And go.
Is it Rambo?
No.
Is it an Arnold movie?
No.
Is it a Sylvester Stallone movie?
No.
Is it a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie?
No.
80s. Does it have a recognizable action star in it?
Not recognisable action star. Recognisable star, yes.
Well, is it Die Hard?
No.
What action movies are there? Is it Rocky?
I didn't say it was
So
action.
slow.
I said it's got elements of action.
So elements of action, but also sci-fi.
Elements of sci-fi.
Commando?
No.
Is it so Arnold? Is it Chuck Norris
No.
in it? But is it Bruce Lee?
No,
Jackie
guys,
Chan?
it's not action, it's not sci-fi, it's got elements of.
It's got elements of sci-fi. Is it The Last Action Man?
No.
Oh shit. Is it Demolition Man?
No, that's 90s.
Is it Judge Dredd?
No, okay, that's time, it was Ghostbusters.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's like, it has got action, it is sci-fi, but it's also supernatural. Okay, Cap, what would you like?
TV series.
Oh, wow. Okay, let's find one that's... Oh, I don't know if you'd know it. It's got to be something I can answer. That one would have been good for you, but I can't answer on it. Let's see what I've got. Gosh, there's so many. Okay, I've got a good one. And oh, I don't know if you'd know it though. I won't do it. Okay, I've got one. I've got one for you. Go.
Have I seen this?
I should think so.
Is it animation?
Yes.
Is it Disney?
I think yes, definitely.
It's a series, okay. Is it comedy?
Yeah.
Does it have anthropomorphic animal characters?
Yes.
Ooh, is it Mickey Mouse Clubhouse?
No.
Is it Goof Troop?
Yes. Okay. Well done. Well done. Okay. Well done there, Cap. Okay. Look. Let's do another. Let's do another one. Or okay, guys, you can both challenge me to something. Andrew, what you can choose. What would you like to challenge me to?
Let's go with a movie.
Okay, a movie, and here I go. Wait 1 second. Timer. Go. Did it come out in the 90s?
Yes.
Okay. Is it an action film?
Yeah.
Is it another genre as well as action?
Yeah.
Is it science fiction?
No.
Is it comedy?
No.
Ugh. Action.
There's,
Is it?
there's humour in it, but it's not comedy.
Is it drama?
Yeah.
Oh God. Right. Okay. So is Keanu Reeves in it?
No.
Is Bruce Willis in it?
No.
Was it released by Disney?
No.
20th Century Fox?
No.
I wouldn't even know if that was. Right. Okay. So is Steven Seagal in it?
No.
Is it about a bomb?
No.
Is it about a kidnapping?
No.
Is it action film? Right. Was it between 1990 and 1995?
No.
95 and 99?
Yes.
That is time. Right, I got nowhere. Okay, Capital Dave, you take it over. Go.
Does it have a recognizable action star?
No.
Oh shit! Then how am I gonna do this? It's action.
Well, don't think. I know I said action, but it's another genre. But
Is it fantasy?
no.
Is it sci-fi?
No.
Is it drama?
There's drama in it, but
Is it horror?
no.
Damn it! It's not any of the genres. Is it superheroes?
No.
Is it like Jumanji?
No.
1995 to 99. Is it animation?
No.
Damn it. That's all I got. Does it involve space?
No.
Is it Men in Black?
No.
Even though you said no, I had to go with it.
Okay, we didn't ask. Is it a Christopher Nolan movie?
No.
Okay.
The 90s.
I don't know. Right, that is time.
Is it a
Andrew,
James Bond film?
No.
what is it?
Twister.
Oh man, what? Oh no.
Oh,
Okay.
disaster movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a disaster.
Right, fair enough. Okay,
That's a
Cap.
genre.
Cap, what would you like to
Okay.
challenge me with?
I've got a video game.
Video game. Oh God. Okay, and here I go. Is it on the PC?
Yes.
I give up. Right. Okay. So is it action based?
Yes.
Has it got 3D graphics?
Yes.
Did it come out in the last 10 years?
No.
Did it come out in between 2000 and 2010?
Yeah.
Oh God. Is it a part of a franchise?
Yes.
Is it something to do with The Witcher?
No.
The Elder Scrolls?
No.
Do you wield a sword in it?
One time?
Oh my God. Do you have a gun in it?
Not a conventional gun.
Is it Final Fantasy?
No.
Not conventional gun. Right.
You get this name?
I'm not going to. I've got 4 seconds left. Is it
Come on.
The Witcher? Oh, I don't know. Right. I'm done. Right. Okay. Andrew, handing it over to you.
Is this a game franchise? Like, there's multiple games.
Yeah, yes.
Has it ever been adapted into TV or film?
Before the games, yes. And after the games, yes.
Oh, okay. Is it an RPG?
Not the same story, but the characters.
Alright. So, did the characters start out in the video game? Or not?
No. They're already fully fledged.
No. Alright, yeah. Is it an RPG?
Yes. Go buy a movie instinct, Andrew. You can get this as well. It's a famous character.
Famous character.
Character.
Mario?
No.
Oh, RPG. Not. FYI, I'm not a massive gamer.
Okay, that is time. Cap, what was it?
Batman, the Arkham City.
Oh man. Right.
Damn it.
Okay. So, with that, let's have a look. Let's do some impressions and then we'll wrap this up. Now then, let's bring up the impressions actually because I don't have it up. So let's find this.
How long are we ahead of Jimmy Mac?
Well, we're kind of, like Cap with Ave, you're winning. Let's put it like that. Everyone else is kind of tied with Jimmy Mac.
I thought it would be awesome if Jimmy Mac won.
Yeah. Right. So, Jimmy Mac hasn't actually been on since he says that dubs can wildly change the meaning of the script. So I think he was just like, because before that he said subtitled is better. I'm unsubscribing, and then he's left. Right. So, Cap, you can go first here. And here's your list, and your time starts now.
A little bit up, come on, up. Okay. I'm Bruce Banner, but I'm a woman.
Buzz, She-Hulk.
Yes. I'm Will Smith, and I'm really cool with shades.
Us.
Andrew.
Agent J.
Yeah, but the. Okay, skip. I'm like Fireman, but the opposite.
Buzz, Ice Woman.
No.
Oh, Iceman.
Oh man.
Yeah, correct. Skip. Ain't gonna be no rematch.
Rocky.
Come on, Mr. T.
Andrew got it.
I am the new villain of the MCU, but I've only appeared in one series.
Buzz, Kang.
Correct. Skip. They're taking the Hobbits to Isengard.
What?
They're taking the Hobbits to Isengard.
Who is?
The Northern Line.
No, Lord of the Rings, the cool guy, the arrow guy.
Buzz, Orlando Bloom.
This
Oh,
character.
Legolas.
The series I defended earlier. It's Disney and Batman Paris.
Us.
Andrew.
Dark Wingtails.
No.
Dark Wingtails.
Correct on the first part. I touched the animal.
Oh, that is time. That is
No.
time.
Yes, correct.
All right. Oh, hang on. So, we forgot to talk about this earlier. Jimmy Mac has re-emerged and says, Last Night in Soho was not a fun movie. Okay, so look, Andrew. I know Andrew liked it. I thought it was okay in the last few minutes, but like just because it turned out like that you got something at the end, it didn't mean that the journey there was worth it. Because when it had the bit where it was suddenly she was just looking in a mirror and it was like a different actress, and like the doctor was there, I was just like, oh, what's going on? And it was just confusing for too long.
Makes sense to me.
Well, it would, because like you basically you were like
I'm
Christopher.
cerebral.
No, you're Christopher Nolan's figment of his imagination, so of course you understand the weird stuff, right?
I only make films for Andrew. He only understands this.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, is it a Christopher Nolan? I thought it was an Edgar Wright film.
No, it is, but like Andrew is like I'm sure if we count to 10 and said like his life depends on it, he could find some Christopher Nolan merch.
Yeah.
Right, okay, Andrew, you get to go next. And here you go.
Lord. Skip. David's favourite movie, John Carpenter.
Buzz, the Thing.
Yep. Excalibur.
Buzz, King... Oh, Cap.
King Arthur.
Yep. Star Trek character, Jimmy's always going on about him.
Who is?
Jimmy Mac's always going on about him. It's the name of Jimmy's podcast, I think.
Hang on, Jimmy Mack is joining the call.
Yeah.
Keep going, I'm going to add time to this.
I know.
Hang on, look, the time has stopped at 30 seconds.
Shut up.
Wesley.
Wesley.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You got there.
Jimmy.
Oh my god.
Jimmy Mack. Oh, his audio is connecting.
Anyway, The Winter Soldier.
Buzz, Bucky.
Yep.
Oh shit, I'm giving all of the points to Cap, I shouldn't be.
Dorothy.
Oh, the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yes. That is, I know who you are. Hugh Jackman.
Buzz. Oh, Spider-Man. Wolverine.
Wolverine. Oh. Okay. Tony Stark's. Gwyneth Paltrow.
Pepper Potts.
Yes. I don't know who these people are.
Tony Stark's Gwyneth Paltrow.
Right, I'm going to stop that there because you've officially frozen, but you've also had extra time just to... Okay, so Jimmy Mack is kind of here.
Come on, Jimmy.
You can do it.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey!
Sorry, extreme technical difficulties. New phone, who dis?
Right, okay.
I feel like people are more calm.
Oh, don't freeze on this, Jimmy Mack. He's frozen.
This is I insulted you.
Return that
He's
phone
definitely
right
going to
now.
have something to say about last night in Soho.
Like the ending didn't redeem the movie. It just wasn't fun to watch. I wish it had ended more traditionally, but just like I said, not fun. Also, I would like to redeem my point now, please.
Yeah, you can do. Right, how would have it ended more traditionally?
Well, I mean, I would have to spoil.
Okay, I don't
It's
care.
only Cap.
Okay, so you spend the whole time thinking that obviously that who's the older actor who was in that? Was Neil before Zod.
Oh, Terrence Stamp.
Yeah, like you spend the whole time thinking he's the bad guy, and then it turns out he's a cop. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's pretty interesting. And then you find out who the real bad person was, and it's like, oh, okay, I guess this is like a comment on, the nature of going into the arts and striving to be a star and the toll it takes, and especially where her character's life went. Why was Thomason McKenzie even a character? Like what did that matter? Just so she could witness the events? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it was just really, all this really horrible stuff happens to her, And then what is it in aid of? Nothing.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, completely agree. Yeah, it wasn't a good
Yeah.
film. I'm glad you've confirmed that, Jimmy Mac, for the benefit of Andrew. Also, is that a Starbucks coffee behind you?
Yeah, I'm on lunch here on the corner of Santa Monica Boulevard and La Brea.
Wow, how about that? Wait, so like,
Yeah.
there's going to be like a bank robbery behind you as you're doing this show, right?
I hope so.
That'd be
I
amazing.
said you
It
look
is
like
funny.
Okay,
A lot of stuff. It seems like stuff goes down when I'm on break. It always makes me laugh.
amazing. Right.
Bank robbery happens with Jimmy Mac's on break.
like I said, I don't know whether you heard me say it. I said you look like Warbler Moorcock.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
I said you look like Warbler Moorcock.
I have no idea what you just said.
Oh, right. Anyway, I'm gonna do some impressions. Feel free to buzz in, Jimmy Mac. Right.
I will do.
Okay. And so remember how many you get right. And here I go. We're not in Kansas anymore, Toto.
Buzz.
Jimmy Mac.
Dorothy Gale.
Yeah. Pugsley, why don't you put your sister down?
Buzz.
Jimmy Mac.
Morticia.
Yes, correct. Hello there. Cap.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yes. Let's have a look. My mother was Captain Britain and now I'm a villain.
Florida mother.
Oh, whatever then. I don't care. Skip it then. Right. Raggy?
Buzz.
Jimmy Mac.
Wasn't me. It was Shaggy.
Okay. It's clobbering time.
Buzz.
Jimmy Mac.
Benjamin Grimm.
Yeah. There's one thing I know. You were sent here for a reason, Clark.
Buzz.
Cap.
Superman.
Yeah. Put him up. Put him up. Let me at him. Let me at him.
Us,
Andrew.
Scrappy Doo.
Yes. Let's have a look. Good day. Tom Hardy's going to replace me in the future when I'm too controversial to cast.
Max.
Andrew.
Buzz.
Andrew.
Max.
Yes. Right. Good. Let's have a look. For God's sakes, Jim.
Buzz.
Jimmy Mac.
Leonard Bones McCoy.
Yes. Let's have a look. Here. I'm the mighty Thor now. Look at my hammer. Cap.
James Foster.
Yes. Oh, whoa, Uncle Lex.
I don't know the.
Oh, come on.
I know the character, but I don't know his
Oh,
name.
okay, that's time anyway. Right, so it was Lenny Luthor. Okay.
Lenny.
So, how many did you get? Any of you?
Oh my god, I didn't catch.
What? This is dependent on me getting my points. Right, so...
I think I got 2.
Well, okay, that's 2. That's 2.
Probably 3.
1,
I think
2,
Jimmy might got
3,
like 5 or
1,
6.
2, 3. Okay, what I'm going to say 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that gives me 6, which means that I have won today's show. Well done. Well, unless Jimmy Mac, you wanted to do impressions.
Yeah, Jimmy Mac hasn't done his impressions yet.
I don't even know if that'll work. Try shooting me.
Okay, let's give it a go. Yeah, no, by all means go for it. But I appreciate that you are out in public, but it's up to you. Okay, Jimmy Mac sending it over. And let me know if you've got it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm Johnny Depp as a pirate.
Buzz. Cap.
Jack Sparrow.
Yep. What's this? What's this? There's magic everywhere.
Oh, Cap.
Jack Skellington.
The list disappeared.
Oh, shit. Hang on, let me send it again.
I've never done this on phone. Oh, okay. Exterminate.
Buzz, Dalek.
Yes, I'm the Hulk, but I'm on TV. What's my real name?
Cap.
Bruce Banner.
Buzz, David Banner.
Shit,
Yes, sir.
It's always David.
I turn blue, and I'm an X-Men, and I'm acrobatic.
Cap.
Nightcrawler.
No.
Buzz, Mystique.
No.
What?
Ooh, I'm a quite the
Oh,
Beast.
Andrew.
Beast, yeah. Will you choose the red pill or the blue pill? No, Morpheus?
Oh, Cap.
Oh,
Yeah,
did I just say
Morpheus?
Morpheus? Whoops. Okay. Yeah, I'm a sniveling little kid at Hogwarts.
Cap.
Sniveling little kid. Weasley?
No, he's not a Weasley. I'm a fat little kid, and what's my purpose?
Buzz, Goyle.
No.
Oh, I don't know the other one.
Listen, I know.
Malfoy.
Neville.
Yes. Skip. I'm in Guardians of the Galaxy, and jokes go over my head.
Buzz. Andrew.
Drax.
Yep. I'll get you, turtles.
Buzz, Shredder.
Yep. I went from zero to hero.
Buzz, Hercules.
Damn it.
Yep.
And that is time.
I'm on.
Oh no, go for it. Go one more.
Oh, okay. I'm on the ship with. I'm the girl on the ship of the Futurama ship.
Buzz, Leela.
No,
Oh my god, David, what the shit?
Girl on the ship. Amy Wong.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, there we go. Right, so with that, I've still won. So let's find out where we can find everyone on social media. Plus, if they have a recommendation this week. Andrew, where can the people find you?
You can find me July 26th, Cockpit Theatre, live Xstreamed Improv in London. My recommendation is Mad God. It's a stop motion animated film directed by Bill Tippett. Really good.
Fabuloso. Jimmy Mack, where can the people find you?
Don't find me, I'll find you. My geek recommendation, do not watch Last Night in Soho. Also, I watched I think it came out in 2016, Colossal, where, what is her name? We talked about her yesterday.
Anne Hathaway?
Girl from, yes, Anne Hathaway. She controls a kaiju that walks through the city of Seoul. Yeah, also not fun.
Oh. Okay, Cap.
You can find me on Xstreamed, and you can also find me on Please, where I sing, I dance, I throw myself in the bucket, and I work with puppets. My recommendation that I said today, the movie that was going to be made before Aladdin, Hercules, and Little Mermaid, but God made it in 2000. It's an awesome movie, not underrated. If you're older and you haven't heard of this film, go watch it. If you're kids, you probably have seen this mistake wrong. But still, go watch it. It's great.
Okay. My name is David Pstansky. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at David Pstansky. You can also get a copy of the new book, look at that, it's despairing. The Ultimate Guide to Creating Virtual Theatre. And soon enough, but not quite yet, because literally this is a preview, there will be the Android version of the Xstreamed Improv Suggestions app, with hundreds of new suggestions included. So look at this, you're seeing it in beta testing right now. So with that, until next time, stay safe, always stay extreme, live long and prosper, and ciao for now, mother